All right, we're back after a quick change of scenery. Where were we? We were talking about Zyra, right?
Zyra, yeah.
So what is it that you really like about Zyra?
The high damage. Mainly it's the high damage. Like any good support nice to see, but Zyra has the highest damage output of all supports, like by far. Even if you put all damage of Leona, even the passive apply on one target, it's not even near the DPS of Zyra. And in team fights, it's just, if you hit 5 people with your E and ult, they drop to less than half HP by a support. If you imagine that if you play a decent AoE lineup, let's say Orianna or Diana, and you pull them even together, there's no way you can miss. So it's not only fail-proof and strong, it's just incredibly OP at this point. They really have to fix this, otherwise this champ will be played a lot more, but people haven't realized it yet, and people don't really play it as a support because you need to hit your roots, otherwise people jump on you. People, like, as soon as you get behind, you even get squishier, you get one-shot pretty easily. But if you can handle this, if you manage to like get something else, like if one focus in every fight, and you like manage to escape this by any source of protection, let's say Sonya's, let's say you flash out, you root them before, it can help you to know that you're squishy. If you already know, you will get one-shot anyhow. And you manage to like not get one-shot in the team fight, and people still try to get to you. It always manages like to pull someone next to you or to like bait someone into a position where you want them. So it's really nice to play it. There's a lot of mind game going on if you play Zyra. It's really nice.
So I've heard that Zyra is the support that if you want to carry the game, you probably have a good chance to do it.
Yeah.
So what other support do you think would fit that role? Do you think Leona's a good one?
Leona is a pretty good one for this. She supplies a lot of CCs. She has the hard initiator, which always helps. I guess the best will be Blitzcrank. After that, Zyra and Leona is the third.
Okay. What do you think makes a good support? Since you've been doing it for so long.
You don't get gold. If you manage to deal with that fact and still be like on the main spot where you have to be, let's say Blitzcrank, you need to get tanky. If you're somehow tanky and fast enough to initiate, you did your job. If you're Leona, if you're tanky enough to not get one shot, even though 3 carries push at you at the same time, it's your job, so you did your job. Same for other tanks, or let's say Zona, it's to win laning phase pretty hard. So there are a lot of supports that fill a specified role that you want them to fill. Like Zyra can also be played tanky for sure. It's just let's say a question of personal preference.
Yeah. Okay. So going forward, you don't necessarily know who your next match will be, but how are you going to prepare for it?
We already know the 2 opponents we could face right now. It's going to be Curseyu versus CLGNA. And we already watched replays of them. We already prepared for the next matches coming up. But we will make sure we look at all the matches again and maybe get some background information of other teams if they supply them. We just need to make sure we know what we will face and mix up a decent strategy against them.
So either way, you're facing 2 bottom lanes that maybe the bottom lanes aren't as cohesive as they could be right now. With Curse, you have Cretan and Katoy. Katoy is a standout. With CLG, you have Loco Doco and Double. Which one would you rather face?
I think Double Lift is at the moment a bit better. Just mechanical wise, it's better than Creatin. I know Creatin, and he's a really extraordinary player, no doubt. I'm not going to say he's a bad player or anything. But at the moment, Double Lift is just a step ahead of him. And since that, I would rather face the bot lane of Curseyu, but I mean, both bot lanes are at high level, and if they manage to get jungle assistance, they will be really hard to handle. So you can't really say I want to face anyone, but since I have to, I would say Curseyu.
Okay. Is there anything that you have to change up when you play? Let's say CLG wins. Is there anything that you would do differently in preparation that you wouldn't do for Curseyu?
I think the researches we have to do against CLG are like a bit more, provide a bit more effort for us, because they are an NA team. We haven't played them too much recently. We script versus them here in the background area, but we haven't really like had too many matches, like series matches and tournaments against them, and we have faced Curseyu a lot. We know what they play, we know what they like to play, especially in tournament content. There's people pick different, people react different, people play different, and you have to adjust to that. Since that, I know how we have to react against KRCU, so I would rather like to face them, because it's simply less preparation for us. It's still like we have to handle it hard, we have to take every match serious, but it will be easier for us since we know who we face and how we face.
I've noticed, maybe you can give me a little bit of insight here. This tournament, we're seeing a lot of Diana first pick. I saw it with you guys and Kirsty, and I think we saw it with TPA. Is there a reason as to why you picked Diana first? Is it because she can go in different places, or?
There are OP picks that people usually don't pick, but since as soon as people recognize something is OP, and in a tournament something gets hyped, you recognize that every team bans or picks it. There's a reason that everyone wants to play this OP hero. If you know a counter, you could let it to your enemy. It has strategical position, but it's just about the fact that if people give a high value to a champ, you have to do something against it, like for it. So Diana is a really strong champ. She has a lot of base stats, she has a lot of burst. Burst is always good. She pulls AoE people together and slow them, so it's nice for combinations, for example. She is really, her agility is high because she can jump several times without problems, and her damage is like, if you compare it to other APs, it's a slight bit higher, and the burst overall is just almost the highest burst in the game. So if you see that, Diana is a really good pick. But what makes her like an OP pick is that all people, almost all AP picks play Diana. So it has the highest value of the people. That's why people actually pick or ban it.
Alright. Well, thank you very much for this interview. You've really, it's been a very insightful interview. And is there anybody you need to shout out, sponsors, girlfriend back home?
First of all, sponsors, of course. I mean, Great Call, MSI, all Steam series. There are also suppliers with not only hardware but also support and money-wise. It really gives us a lot and gives a lot to Fnatic. So I have to say really a lot of credit for that to the sponsors. And without them we wouldn't be here. And to Fnatic itself, to the management, of course, they are really good people. They do their job. So I really love my structure and I like to be here. Yeah, it's nice. And thanks to all fans, to the fan base, and to all people that support us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And good luck the rest of the tournament.